What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Boot Wizard YouTube channel and the Football Boot Hour podcast. I'm saying that kind of tentatively because it looked like we were having a technical issue. Surprise, surprise. But I think based on what I can see here, we should be good. We should be good. Somebody tell me we're good.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
Yes, we're good. Hey! So, the podcast is live. We're here. This is the Football Boot Hour. This is the Boot Wizard channel. I am James. That's Andrew from the Lockhart Boot blog. And that's everything I'd already said. This week, we're going to be talking about takedown models and generally kind of like the lower priced boots because there's so many great options that seem to be springing up. And there's this interesting, I don't know if this is the right phrase, but it kind of feels right to me, idea of like the snake eating itself. Because brands have created brands have created a situation where they're now forced to release a better quality, cheaper boot, therefore making people buy the cheaper boot or like encouraging them to buy the cheaper boot instead of spending the money because they're the ones that have increased the prices so high. I find it's fascinating. We will get into all of that. Of course, we will be talking about pickups and new releases as well. So Andrew, 2 questions. 1, how you doing? And 2, where do you want to start this week?
Cold and snowy.
Cold and snowy, yeah.
The roads were actually clear yesterday because it was like 8 degrees the past couple of days. The snow had stopped. The sun had come out. I drove all the way out to the pitch this week, and it was covered in snow. So fingers crossed that's not happening on Monday. I need to get these Tiempo reviews out of the way.
Yes. Need to get them done. Have you started testing the Tiempos?
No.
So not even begun yet.
No. Had no chance at all.
Fair enough. And where do you want to start? Would you like to start with new releases or pickups?
I have 0 pickups, so
I have 1.
Okay, we could do that.
Should we? Let's do my pickup because it's hold on. I deliberately have the cameras set up this way this week because
that's absurd.
I got this. So any of you who haven't seen my Instagram or I think Real or Fake or Josh SR4U, I think was there another one? Anyway, a few of these went out from Skechers. This is heavy. Really, really heavy. Says impossible to ignore, and I think that is a perfect piece of marketing. And it is essentially this box that, hold on, this takes forever to get off. It's very tight. Yeah, this is going to be really good for those people who are just audio listeners.
Yeah.
Sorry,
audio-friendly podcast.
Yeah, so audio-friendly. So in here, there was a bag. So this was like a vacuum packed bag, as it's got almost like a kind of like a hazardous kind of label on here for the standout pack, which was a nice touch. And then inside here, there's all of these like little red. I described them as like boba tea balls, but they're all wet.
Ew.
Yeah, the whole thing is so
wet.
Why is it wet? And so the presentation was obviously
something Ben Shapiro's never heard. Sorry. I couldn't. I'm sorry. Look,
no,
if you know, you
no apologies needed. Yeah. So yeah, that was huge, amazing. Thank you, Skechers. And then inside, with all of that and all of the fanfare, I also got a pair of the SKX within the bag.
Amazing colorway,
which is an incredible colorway, which neatly brings us on to this week's releases. So I haven't brought up the image of these because I physically have them in my hand. I love boots that are this red, like what I could call like proper red.
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic. The black and white accent to it is just very clean, very classy. I love the razor as well. The razor is all red. Cool. which looks absolutely amazing. And yeah, these are incredible. So obviously, thank you to Skechers for sending this out. Like it's amazing. The boots are also absolutely beautiful, and if you've seen my reviews, you know I love the SKX2 generally. I think it's fantastic. But this is this is madness.
Yeah,
like
that's absurd.
So I'm currently trying to find somewhere to put it so that it will be like in the background of my shot, because I think it'd be a really cool thing to have in the background. But it's also very heavy. I almost broke one of my shelves trying to put it up there earlier.
Jeez.
Yeah, that is cool. And I suppose we should maybe rank this. Let's pull up the tier list for any new viewers. This is the tier list: great, good, meh, bad, and goddamn awful. Where would you rate these?
Great.
You think
Absolutely
they're great? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's an amazing colorway. Black, white, red.
It is very
Perfect.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to go good, but you know what? I am happy to concede to great, especially because I have this box now, which is just absolutely insane. So great. Congratulations, Skechers. I'm just having a quick look at the old chat here as we look, just to see if there's anything picking up. Clippy's collection commenting on your Wave Ignitus 2 there, Andrew.
These are the Wave Ignitus 1, actually.
Well, there you go. Wizard, what's with the big lava lamp? Yeah, that's fair. Yes, it is a pretty cool unboxing. I would like to comment on the fact that such a huge number of people who are in the chat tonight are members.
Yeah, that's amazing.
The majority of the chat are members, so that's incredible. Thank you very much, everybody.
Appreciate that.
I think I've got. Are they worth £165? £165. Yeah, pounds with a discount code. I'm assuming you're talking about the SKX2, and my answer is yes, absolutely.
Seems to be the case.
That's fine. Yeah, Riggs Kicks. If you've been living under a rock, if you haven't seen that, you've been living under a rock for sure. So that's good. And the boot hole, the color blocking is exceptional. I think that's a really good point.
Really
is that
well
like
done.
the actual color blocking is really nicely done on those.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, for sure. Yeah. Cool. All right, let's move along, shall we, to the rest of the boots that released this week. We will start actually with the one that I forgot to add because I didn't. So it released today. I didn't see it until like 20 minutes ago. I don't know why. It just didn't pop up. I didn't see it. I hadn't looked hard enough. But there was another Puma release. I don't have an image for it because, like I say, I just saw it just for the pod. And it is a women's light up pack, which they've done like 8 times now. And it doesn't look bad, but honestly, this is literally like 4 or 5 Puma drops within the last 3 weeks. There's probably 5 Puma futures.
Yeah, it's madness.
Stop. Just stop. And then they also switched Xavi Simons, who was in the King and like the big face of the launch of the new King, and they took him out of the King and into the future.
Hilarious.
What?
I noticed Mitoma at Brighton, so he was in the Ultra and they put him in the future. So they're trying hard because none of the Japanese players were wearing the and like all the players they had signed originally, every single one of them was wearing the Ultra.
Okay. And now they're like transitioning into the future.
Yeah, they're putting some in the future. They're putting like Junya Ito, who's a speedy winger, is wearing the King for whatever reason.
Okay.
Because that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Sorry, just quick, interesting comment here. So I've got Josh Tossels just said, have you worn them yet? I haven't. They changed the toe box on that colorway SKX. Interesting. Okay. I don't even have my other pair to compare to. What's the change, Josh? Is it a little bit like kind of squarer on the end, maybe. I don't see any extra volume.
Make me happy.
Is it slightly squarer? I'm not sure. I will have to compare. But yes, no, I haven't. I did go out to a pitch today, but I didn't have chance to try these. I had other stuff. Slightly more volume. That would be a fantastic. That is something that I said in my reviews, is that it is kind of quite low, and I think a little bit more volume would not hurt. So if there is more volume in these, that would be amazing. Now I do have to go out and try them. Thank you for that, Josh. So yes, Puma. Anyway, I just bad and move along, because I don't understand why you'd put somebody in a boot for the launch, make such a big deal out of it, and then take them out of that boot.
Well, they did it with Neymar, so you know.
Yeah, and I understand they want to push the future, but the King is being received very well by everybody. I know maybe the units aren't particularly big, but I've seen a lot of people who and people who've messaged me being like, "Oh, I got the King and I love it. Like, I got the King, it's really nice. I got the King, it's a little bit bulky, but they're so comfortable." I'm like, so that's going to spread. There's going to be like this word of mouth spread where people are going to be like, "Oh, the King's a good like a good boot from Puma." Like, why would you not get behind that a bit?
And then
rather than
Puma was like, "Oh, hey, the King's doing well. That's awesome. Great. The launch is going well. Let's just take it out back and put 2 in the back of its head."
Yeah, let's get rid of it. Anywho, but yes, because it's Puma is absolutely the answer. I agree. The Puma MG is great, but Puma is still dumb. So we will move along from that. We're going to say bad because the colorway isn't bad. You haven't even seen it, but honestly, it's just dumb because it's too many boots.
Yeah,
stupid. Anywho, that's our weekly Puma rant. So next up, we got this, which I have forgotten the name of. Can you remember the name of it?
No.
Something icons. It's 2 words.
Yeah.
They
look good, but they do look the Puma thing.
Yes, too much, especially with the pred.
But like, here's the thing, right? If they can come
icon
up with
takeover.
Well, that too. But like, not just that. If they could have done a pred like this for the last Euros, and had Jude wear something like that, and then you then you actually have a new colorway with a moment in it, and it's like,
yeah, like, don't get me wrong, I think both boots are, like, from a pure colorway point of view.
Spotlight. That's what Icon Takeover.
Icon Takeover is the name of the pack. So I like the visually. I think both of these boots are stunning.
They look amazing.
They're such good colorways. It's probably my favorite really colorway of the pred they've done so far. I don't love the collar on the F50, but I know it's the Spark Fusion because it's for Trinity Rodman, so it's the women's one. So I understand that. But I like the design. It's different. Like, it's not something we've seen them do on the F50 yet. So there's a lot to like here, but particularly with the pred, it's too much. Like, what's this? The 5th or 6th pred that we've got?
Yeah. It's just like absurd.
I think Trev Dunphy, our resident pred head, has said that we're essentially on track to, if we follow the same pattern as we did for the previous Predator, that by the time the World Cup rolls around, we'll have had 10 colorways already.
It's just too much. They just need to dial it way back. Every brand needs to dial it way back.
Yeah, every brand. We complained about this a lot last week with Nike and things like that. But yeah, I think that I'm willing to give these are so nice and they're not quite Puma. So I am willing to give them somewhat of a pass and put them into good. And I'm also massively biased because I love Trinity Rodman. She is incredible. So I'm willing to give her a little bit of a pass too on the boots and go for good personally.
Yeah.
Are we happy with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent. Did you see, slightly off topic, but slightly not, the video of Trinity Rodman scoring and getting Emma Hayes to dance on the sidelines?
Oh, I didn't.
So funny.
Is it?
Like she scores for the US and runs over to the sidelines to Emma Hayes and is doing like a celebration dance kind of thing and gets Emma Hayes to join in. And it's so funny. It's
That's
very,
awesome.
very good. And it's also, I think, bodes just in everything I see about the US women's team at the moment. It
Is
bodes
good.
very
Yeah.
it bodes very well for that team. It
Hmm.
really feels like very positive, a very kind of like the
Yeah.
environment seems that they've cultured seems to be incredible.
Yeah.
Which great for them. Not happy about it because I'm tired of them being so good. But anyway. The boot hole says, I had to go back to the Wizards Spark Fusion review to make sure I shouldn't buy a pair. Lol, I still might. You shouldn't buy a pair. Like, not just because it's an F50, but the fit. Like, the fit will be problematic
Oh,
for
I
you.
still want to try a pair.
But I think the fit will work for you. I think for you
Yeah.
it will
Yeah.
work. But yeah, for a lot of people, it's not going to be be the right fit. Okay.
Yeah, there's that Puma King Platinum that's released with the cow leather upper.
Was that not last
Brought back.
week?
Yeah,
The
it
white
was
one.
kind of last. Yeah. It seems good, but yeah.
Yes, to be fair, that does seem good.
I'll grab one at some point and review it.
Yeah,
We'll
well,
see.
it's a Puma boot, so I imagine you'll be able to get it on like a big discount if you wait long enough.
Oh, you don't even have to wait that long. The pack that released late last year is 50% off already here.
Jesus.
Yeah.
David Hall makes a really good point. We will get onto this in a second, but Adidas are only restrained when it comes to the Icon 2.
Yeah, seriously. I don't know what they're doing.
Dear. Okay, what is next for our releases? I apologize for the quality. Yeah, I apologize for the quality of the pictures on this one. For some reason, I could not find better images. High-res images. That's what I was looking for. But this is what we got. So this is they're not Australia only, but it is obviously the Australian market boots, the Lethal Testimonial, and things like that. And this is the Shinsei Vault Pack, I think is what they're calling that. The Tigre and the Menace. I don't dislike it.
Yeah, it's not bad, but it is more geared towards rugby and AFL rather than
they feel like AFL and rugby boots. They really do.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's Australian market boots with an Australian vibe. I don't dislike them, but I feel like my general tone is leading me towards meh.
Yeah, meh is fine. It's just
meh. And again, this is probably my own personal bias against black boots, but
careful.
You know, black boots. Okay, what have we got next? Of course, this should be the last one, I believe. Oh no, it's broken. Come back to me. I knew this was going to happen. Yes, there we go.
There we go.
We got an Alexia Putellas signature Phantom, and my word. So, speaking of bias, Alexia Putellas is one of my favorite but I was going to say favorite female footballers. She's one of my favorite footballers ever. She's phenomenal. What an unbelievable player.
Really absurdly good. It's kind of
unfair. To see her play. Yeah, it is kind of unfair. So again, bias. But generally I do like the boots. I think the colorway is good. It's obviously inspired by her very much. I do wish she still kind of had like the pink purple hair. I think that would be a nice little comment. She hasn't had it for years, but it would be a cool little combination. The marketing has been excellent around this idea of the queen and the chess and like how she plays steps ahead of everybody else. I think they've done a really good job, which is nice to see because you don't always get that with some of the female athletes. And they've also paid attention to some of the details. Because if you look around the boots as a pair, there are 11 Alexia Putellas logos or references.
Awesome.
They've got 11 references around the boot to go with her being like 11, and I like her new logo. So I think they have done I don't think that it is great. There is nothing here that makes me go, this is an absolutely incredible signature. But I definitely think it's good. Those are my thoughts. What do you reckon?
There's that, but it does kind of look like the white red they did before. Is the only problem.
It's true. That is true. It is. It's not really far enough away from that.
Yeah. So I think it'll go just good because of that. I think they had a chance to make it a bit more unique, and they didn't.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So I think good for me. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Good? Is that fair?
Good. And we forgot about the Vinny Jr. vapors.
But did they actually release? Like, are they actually a thing that you can go and buy?
Yes. You can buy them here.
Okay, because so all I saw of them is that I saw Unisport put up a post and immediately took it back down again.
Yeah.
So my assumption was that they weren't actually officially released, so I didn't include them.
Right. I'm looking because they've got the FG and the AG up here. Okay,
you've got them there.
It says 12/12.
So next week.
I guess next week they officially get released.
Yeah. So this is why I didn't include them, because I basically, because I saw Unisport put up a post, and so what I generally do, both for the purposes of the podcast and because I like to be kind of informational, if there's a brand new boot, I will usually just put the post up immediately. I'll just be like, boom, on my story so that everybody can see it. And I like, my channel is therefore a source of news for people so they can see all of the new releases kind of put together. Right. So I did that with the Unisport post. And then it disappeared like minutes later. I think David Hall maybe even commented on it and sent me a message. And then by the time he'd sent me that message, it was like, oh, post unavailable. So my assumption was that they weren't released and they would be a next week boot. But and as I don't have a picture of them, let's go with that and say they're a next week boot, even though they are available on site. Oh, you can see them on sites over in Japan. So if anybody wants to go and have a look at the new Vinny Jr. boots, check out, I assume Camo is a good place to go and look.
Camo and Kishispo.
There we go. Yeah, David Hall says, it was him. It disappeared straight after he commented on the color. So yeah, they will be soon, and we will go from. And that brings me to the end of my new releases that I have, and also I'll show this one more time because I feel like, do you know what I need to do? I need to put a light in it. So I need to put like a battery powered light in it or something.
On the underside of the.
Yeah.
Like,
and I think that would look amazing. And I'll put it in the back. I am wondering how long these little balls will last for, though. Like, I think, you know how like sometimes if liquid is in something, the membrane is usually slightly porous, or like you get like
so it starts.
Like an osmosis
sludge
kind of thing where the water kind of comes in, and so the air comes in, the water comes out to maintain pressure and such like that. But yeah, so we'll see. I'll put like a camera on it and just see how long it takes to disintegrate. So
there's a sizing difference between Alpha 1 Japan, Neo 4 non-beta. I go same size with both. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good.
Oh, there is one release. It hasn't technically fully released yet. They kind of shadow dropped. You remember the Hummel that I reviewed recently? And I was talking about like, this would be a great boot for James.
A great boot for me, but like it's leather.
They have a synthetic one coming out.
Stop it.
But it's only available so far. I imagine they'll do regular fit, but so far it's just wide and super wide. So 3E,
I can probably live with wide fit.
3E and 4E.
Or 3E might be pushing the boat a little bit though.
Yeah.
Like my feet are wide, but maybe not that wide.
Yeah, considering the standard one was pretty wide on my foot.
Was wide as standard, yeah. Okay, but definitely keep me updated on that, because I do think, based on your review of them and what you've told me, it is a boot that I definitely want to get in. If you haven't seen it yet, go and check Andrew's review of that. Bootblog.com. the topic of the week, is all about takedowns. So any boot that is not the elite level or like top end boot, shall we say? Basically, because what we've seen is, this is my take on it. Like Andrew and I haven't really spoken about this off
Yeah.
podcast, so we'll kind of see where this goes. But my take is that brands have pushed their own pricing so far and so high that they're now, and that happened with their mid-tier boots as well. They've got more and more expensive.
Yeah.
That they're now at a point where they actually have to produce a really high quality, like first tier takedown boot. And the boots have reached a point where they're actually more than good enough for you to be able to go, oh, just buy that one. Like, just
Yeah.
buy that one. Don't buy the elite one. Save yourself the money. They are becoming a genuine option. Now, it has happened in the past. Like, this isn't a new phenomenon. We have seen it before. Like even I think it was last year, I did a review on the Messi F50 Pros.
Yeah.
Unbelievable boots.
Apparently it
Like,
was really good.
yeah, we have seen it before.
Well, and the Icon 2 released like at the end of 2023. So
yeah, but the Icon 2, I think, is kind of the catalyst for this. The Icon 2 exists. Adidas don't do anything with it, but everybody else takes a bit of notice and goes,
yeah.
So that's my my kicking off point for where I think this really begins and how we've got to where we are now. And I think it's the brand's own fault, and I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
No, definitely. They're flying too close to the sun with prices. Everybody's bringing their prices up. I mean, even versus 5 years ago, like, oh, inflation. Inflation is not that high,
Yeah.
right? It's just brands getting greedy. And they will say stuff like, oh, our costs have gone up and yada, yada, yada. And costs have gone up. They've not gone up like 25%. Oh, I don't know if you could hear that. A massive bit of snow just fell off the roof. Yeah. Yeah. The house started shaking. But yeah, Mizuno's kind of done this for a long time with their Montecito series, which unfortunately has also gotten more expensive, but it's still cheaper than their higher end boots. Yeah, that Montecito Pro is an excellent takedown.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so yeah, it's and that's why the Ligera now exists, right? Like years ago, Nike had the Super Ligera, which kind of was seen as like an alternative to the Tiempo Legend. And the Super Ligera was super popular here. It actually got three different, or not three different, but three consecutive releases, like Ligera, Super Ligera 1, 2, and 3. And then they killed it because they're silly, silly people. But, I still adhere to the rumor and the belief that this new Ligera is a direct reaction to the Icon 2. And again, I think Nike appreciates the Icon 2 better than Adidas
More than
does, which
Adidas.
is really sad. But like they had to go in and create something genuinely really good at that kind of like mid-tier price point.
Yeah. So like I don't actually have my Ligera with me because I was playing in them today. So they're in the back of the car and I forgot to take them out. But for me, the Ligera serves multiple purposes, and I love that. So it is a very, very good boot.
Yeah.
And the purposes it serves is obviously it's a bit cheaper. It's a bit wider, so it's more accommodating, more comfortable for a lot of people. We say a lot, like people don't know how boots should fit, so they end up buying boots that are kind of like too
Yeah.
long or whatever
Yeah.
because they're just looking for width and comfort. They don't even have wide feet. They're just looking for something with width and that's something more comfortable. It serves that purpose, and it also is an excellent boot because,
Aside from
like,
this.
aside from that, like the upper it being almost identical to that tech leather from the Maestro, you're now
Yeah.
getting that, like both things. You can have so here's my take. If you asked me to take one of the Maestro or the Ligera into a game, I would wear the Ligera because it fits me better. I feel way more comfortable in it. So the Maestro midfoot, I've tried, like I really like the Maestro, and I think objectively it's a very, very good boot. But for me personally, I am struggling with the width of the midfoot. And I've worn them, like I've given them more time than I give most boots because I do genuinely like them, but it's too tight in the midfoot and I find it
Mm-hmm.
uncomfortable after a while. So I've essentially stopped wearing it and I wear the Ligera instead. And I'd rather deal with the wider heel.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have managed to kind of some grip socks with grips up the heel and things like that. You can work around it. The tight midfoot, I can't work around
Yeah.
on the Maestro. You'll probably love it, but yeah, I think it serves multiple purposes. Now there is the other side to this, like kind of situation, which I think is which I suppose we touch on briefly, which is accidental. And I think the Predator is accidental. So I put the Predator in the
Yeah.
thumbnail.
Yeah.
Now, I think that the Predator, so this is why the Predator comes in slightly differently, because the Predator Pro, for me, is better than the Predator Elite. All you're missing is the striking elements. The heel is better, the upper's better. It is better, and you're getting the outsole off the Elite. So it's still like that best thing about the Elite level boot you're getting on the Pro, and everything else is better or at least the same. The issue that comes from that is, like I say, is that they haven't done that on purpose. Like they haven't
Yeah. It
gone out
seems
to
like
make
an
a pro.
accident.
Yeah, it's not like it's significantly different. Like the Ligera offers something different, whereas the Pro is just the Elite that's supposed to be stripped back, but it just happens to be better. And it happens to be better on a boot that's already not great. So like the Predator Elite is fine. Like I don't slam it as a boot, but it is just fine. And it has a couple of issues. The Predator Pro is better than the Elite, but that bar is quite low.
Yeah.
Like the upper is better, but it's just better than something that's not great. The heel is actually quite good. The outsole is very good. So like I say, it's in the thumbnail, but I think this was it fits in because it's like on the whole, we're in a situation where there are lots of good takedowns available, and that one is just accidentally better than the Elite,
It's just kind of funny how that works.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And then it's like, speaking of, well, not really accident, but something also Adidas is missing out on is you've got the Icon 2 Pro model that's available
Yes.
here.
Which is a
Don't
great
know.
boot.
Yeah. I don't know why they don't make it overseas, because you could probably come in at like €100, 110, 120 euros on that thing. And like,
Well, yeah,
just
what are they charging for the Icon 2 here? 170, 180?
180.
180 euros.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could easily come in at 120,
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's a good point actually. That's an opportunity being missed. That's a very good boot.
Mm-hmm. And it's just like, sometimes I don't really understand what these brands' plan is, because like in general, pro model boots do not sell that well.
Mhm.
Your Elites sell well, and your like league models sell well.
Yeah, like,
But
well,
your
it's the
pro,
reason. Sorry, a lot of boots don't even have a pro level
yeah,
model.
yeah,
Like the signature boots, they get the Puteas boots. You get like an Elite and you get a
and
league,
get a
or you
league.
get an
Yep.
Elite and you get a kid. You miss the pro a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm. Because the pros don't sell. The only boot I know that a pro level model has sold consistently well throughout the years is the Mercurials.
Yeah,
For a long time, that pro level model has always sold well, because
but it
like
has always been an okay model as well.
that's part of the reason. And it's like, if you give people an okay model rather than just showing that you're totally cheaping out just to meet the price point, then like, again, that's like, credit where credit's due. This is a really good takedown, and it is essentially a takedown, but it does feel like an elite model in some ways. And
Yeah.
if you do that, people will buy it.
Mm-hmm.
And like, that's better for them from a profit standpoint, right? Because they're able to make higher margins on it.
And you get more people into your boots. And I think part of this, like, again, I feel like this is one of those conversations that could go off in so many directions. There's so many little like branches that can come of this. But like, you've got brands like Sakito, for example, now coming in, 200 euros, 180
Oh,
pounds.
it's funny. I was going to bring them
look
up
at
a
that.
bit later. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have a brand like that, which is, so that's only 20, I think maybe 40 euros at full price more than the Ligera, and you are getting
Yeah.
a genuine top end
Yeah.
elite boot that is,
Exactly.
really amazing. So I'm wondering as well if brands are realizing, particularly the big brands like Nike and Adidas, particularly, I'm thinking here, Nike especially, somehow Nike have died, like that somebody at
Yeah.
Nike has changed something because it's working.
Yeah.
Nike have kind of dialed into this idea that, okay, hold on a second, Sakito exist and they're getting traction and people are interested and they're good boots. New Balance have two absolutely incredible boots in the Tequila and the Furon. I haven't tried the new 442 yet. Hopefully have a pair on the way. So New Balance are competing at like a really strong level, already 50, 60 euros less than us at full price. They fall into discount very quickly. More and more people are starting to pick up these New Balance boots. Like, so have they had to react and be like, okay, we need a value proposition in our lineup now? It's not good enough to just have a really good elite boot, say it is very good, but like a really good elite boot, and then variations of it so people can have something that looks like it and they just spend less money, but they'll buy it anyway because it swooshes in
Yeah.
3 stripes.
Yeah.
All of a sudden they've had to go, hold on, we have to actually make something that is genuinely good value at this point now.
Yeah. They have to. Like I mean, I was going to bring up Sokito separately, but like they have to do stuff because like for me, this is still the best speed boot on the market.
I would agree.
And it's cheaper than everything else. And you can find it on discount pretty easily.
Mm-hmm. Well,
And
like
it's
during
like,
Black Friday, that was $100.
yeah, absurd. That's absurd. And it's like, you've got brands like this that are competing way under your prices. Have to, you have to react. But like, I personally, I wouldn't like, I'm glad we got the Ligera, right? I
Yeah.
love the Icon too. I was trying to get in a pair for this, but I forgot. But like the thing is, I actually wouldn't mind if the big brands fail at this, because then that gives space for smaller brands to do stuff.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about these last week.
Mm-hmm.
These are the price of like a pro tier takedown.
Exactly.
And these are, I mean, compared to the Ligera, these are softer than the Ligera are, right?
Yeah,
And these are only
for a lot of
slightly
people,
more
it's a
expensive.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
and
for a
this
lot of
is
people, that's
kangaroo
a
leather.
genuine exactly. That's a kangaroo leather, which is going to
Yeah.
sell it for a lot of people straight away.
And it actually has a heel that's made for human feet. It's like a lot of, Puma, they had the Mirai too, and now they got the King hard ground, right?
Yeah.
And they know they had to do this in Japan. Like this is like 60 euros cheaper than the King Ultimate from ground
Okay.
here. Yeah. So there's a massive price difference. And like a lot of the brands in Japan know that you have to have a good value proposition at that price point. And I feel like it's only now that the rest of the world is starting to catch up.
Well,
And
yeah, I
like,
think that. Sorry, go on.
and well, it's like, you know, Japanese customers and Korean customers as well, and Chinese customers are very price conscious.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like finally everybody else is getting like that and starting to realize like, oh, we cannot get away with constantly charging these high prices and expect things to sell out, which, as a side note, makes it even more fucking stupid that they keep releasing so many colorways.
Yeah, that's so true. I've forgotten what I was going to say, but while I'm here and I'm looking at them, obviously I know these are still a very expensive football boot, but it's still a very good example of what we're talking about. Is the Alpha Elite.
Yeah. Again,
So
that was
this
another one we
is
bring up.
yeah, this is one to absolutely look at. Now, I haven't tried the Pro yet, but Footloose Boots has tried the Pro in the Alpha 2. And he was a big, had a lot of praise for those and things like that. So Mizuno do a great job with both obviously the elites and then the pro tiers, which are even cheaper. And it means that you don't have to go out and spend and Mizuno are the perfect example of just charging obscene amounts
Yeah.
for that Japan level model. Now, I know that for some of the other Japan models, people can start to justify it because of like the leather and various things like that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
for the Alpha particularly, I
It just
genuinely
does not make
cannot see a
sense.
reason to buy the Japan. The Japan is better. I think that
Yes.
I'm happy to say that the Japan is better. That extra little bit of volume in the forefoot actually suits me really well. I find them more comfortable, and the more that I have worn both the Japan and the Elite, the more I like them. I really like
Yeah.
wearing them. Like I still have my criticisms from an objective point of view, but it's just a boot. You know, sometimes you put on boots, they work for you. I'm like, this is lovely. I really like this boot. But yeah, like obviously, as usual, if you want to buy the Japan, Tokyo Football, go and check out
Yep.
Tokyo
Yep.
Football.
Yep.
You will get them for the same price as the Elite in most countries. But the Elite is a fantastic takedown model. The Pro is going to be a good takedown option.
It feels nice in hand.
Yeah.
The Pro feels really nice in hand.
Okay, lovely. So I just can't recommend anybody really go out and pick up the Japan unless you get it from Tokyo Football.
But again, it speaks to the fact that, like, you know, the Monorcita line has always been a thing here, and finally they're available in Europe. The Monorcita for me, and J Mike will probably concur with this. He
so I
heavily
wanted to
implies
push you in this
vivid.
direction.
Yeah. But basically, the Monorcita to me fits better than the Neo Beta Elite Japan, the non-Neo or the non-Beta Neo as well. Like the Monorcita fits better than all of them for me.
Yeah,
Even though
and
it's
J Mike literally is like, this boot is my favorite boot ever, almost.
Yeah. I've got one of our watchers, Mehdi Amara, I regularly he gets boots from me, and I've sent him so many pairs of the Monorcita. Like I think I've sent him like 6 or 7 pairs. And he sent me a message the other day. He's like, "Hey, I want more Monorcita." And I was just like, man, when you've got a boot that you know that works, and there's a ton of people who wear the Monorcita here, a ton of people. Like when you get to the professional and like even the high school level here, people wear the rarely a Neo, but like below that, like at my level, so many people wear the Monorcita series. It's silly.
Yeah, like, and so I suppose like that. I feel like we're both going in the same directions with things here. Like I'm bringing up things that you wanted to, and you're bringing up things that I wanted to. But like the Montecito particularly. So obviously, I don't have experience with this or much of their Montecito line. So all I wanted to do is obviously bring up these which I reviewed. The Montecito, the Neo 3 Pro. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, as a really great option. Highly recommend these. I gave them a glowing review, so definitely check them out if you can. But with your knowledge of the Montecito lineup and everything that you can get, what I think would be very good to do is kind of before we finish today, try and give anybody watching as like almost a reference for here are some really great takedown level boots that we can recommend.
Good idea there. It's a really good
and
idea.
because I have very little knowledge on a lot of those Montecito boots, can you give that list of here are like the good some great budget boots to maybe pick up that I wouldn't think of?
Yeah. The Ginjunt. The Montecito Limited was not the better version. Even though it's very good and that one is made in Japan, the leather was thicker.
Oh.
Yeah. And it was noticeably thicker. So, yeah. The Montecito is just such a good boot. Like, I don't know.
It's so good. Good.
It's really good.
Okay. So list of general Montecito type boots that people should pick up potentially that would be good value takedown options.
The Montecito Elite.
Yeah.
The Montecito Elite. The Montecito Pro, if you want a synthetic. And honestly, with the Pro, it's kind of a boot that you can kind of trash around.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Montecito wide, if you've got wide feet, that one's pretty good. And they even have a super wide, which the wide, there's an elite, the super wide, there's not. And the super wide is slightly cheap feeling, but it is very comfortable. Apparently, I got a bunch of buddies who wear that here and they
Okay.
swear by them.
That's probably something that's going to appeal to a lot of people.
Yeah. I will say the one boot I haven't gotten in hand yet because it technically doesn't you can't get it in hand until the 12th, but the
Okay.
DS Lite Pro.
Yes, we haven't mentioned that at all yet.
The DS Lite Pro, there's an FG option. There's an FG. There's going to be, they always do this. They have a narrow, a regular, a wide width. So they got 3 width options. And the AG plate is fantastic. They have some extra gel they add in the heel for the AG plate.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So I'm going to grab both.
I was going to say, yeah. So for people that don't know, can you kind of break down what that is? People might not know what the Pro is.
Yeah. Okay. So I know ASIC's naming system is very confusing, but basically, if it's got X-Fly in the name, it's the elite models. All of them are called DS Lite something, right? The DS Lite Pro is kind of like the more mid-tier boot. And it's got, according to ASICs, it's the same quality silky wrap as found in the Elite. The sole plate is more basic, but it does have gel in the heel. I believe they're still doing a faux suede heel liner. And then the AG sole plate, same thing. It's just got a really, really nice AG sole plate. And yeah, I'll be reviewing both of those.
Originally, they've been excellent.
Yeah. Originally, the plan was to have the Tiempo stuff knocked out so I can hopefully move on the Maestro. And then for the price of the Maestro here, I can get both the AG and the FG DS Lite.
I remember you saying that, yeah.
Yeah, because they're like 100 euros. And just amazing, amazing options. They've always been really, really good.
I think that's definitely one. I might not get both, but I think I'll definitely get one. So I'll probably end up getting you to pick up one of them for me. That's for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, somebody's asking what these are. This is a Chinese brand called Pinglei.
Can you remember the website? Yes, I'll put it in the chat again.
pl-sports.com, if I remember correctly.
There we go.
Yeah. That Diodora Classicos are really nice. Week. The Diodora Classicos are pretty good. But the problem I have with Diodora is they're trying to do too much, and their uppers have always been really thick. And I think with these newer mid-range boots, they're going away from making just thick uppers, right?
Yeah.
They want to make them feel more streamlined, feel more like elite boot. Because traditionally, that's what you'd have on a takedown is you'd have a thicker upper.
Yes.
So we're going more in a different direction now where you're getting a thinner upper like elite boots.
For sure. For sure. I agree. Just it's a little bit off topic, but Matt Burns Boots has just put in the chat there that the Maestro knit is tight. And yes, in reference to my previous narrow midfoot kind of issue, it's a narrow, I don't have them. The split tooling causes the upper to wrap underneath, which is how it's designed, but it's onto a reasonably narrow kind of midfoot where the insole board is. And then it's a good thing because it provides you with a lot more lockdown than you might expect, and you feel a lot more secure than you might do. But that they're a bitch to get on sometimes, especially if you've got a wide foot. They're a bitch to get on, and that knit is tight and it doesn't stretch out a huge amount. So if you have a wide or high volume midfoot, it's going to be pretty snug in there, but then you've got enough room through the forefoot of the boot. It's like an extreme version of the Phantom. So the Phantom 6 obviously has that kind of narrower midfoot, wider forefoot. It's similar, but it's a more extreme version of that and more difficult to get on. So yeah, like I say, I really like the boot, but that is a problem for me to the point where I now don't really wear the boots I don't really wear the boots. I've done my review now. I've probably done enough to get maybe another review done like down the line because I wore them a lot, but I probably won't wear them anymore.
Yeah.
But I probably wear the Ligeras some more because I really like them. And they're so easy to just step in and go. Love it.
Yeah. I'll be
But
trying to snag
anyway,
the I'm gonna try and snag the HG Ligera as well.
yes. Yeah. See, this is
Okay.
here we go. So this is a boot that this I think that for both of us, this is something that usually is telling as to how much we like something, is that I would very much like to have. So I have the tongue fold over like the Ligera launch. I would like to get a pair that doesn't have the fold over tongue with probably with an AG outsole. And then I'd also probably like to try the HG outsole that you can get. And I would like to have that. So I get it's a good indication of how much I'm enjoying wearing them.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're not doing anything like mind-blowingly special, and they do have an issue where with the heel and various things like that.
Yeah.
But they're a comfortable boot with a great touch on the
It's
ball,
just
and they're nice.
but it goes to show you don't have to do anything crazy. Crazy is good. Do not get us wrong.
Yes.
But a lot of times, especially with these elite boots, they try doing too much to justify the price when it's like, even if you have all this tech, look at the Alpha 3, for example. You can't really justify that high price, no matter how
No,
much tech you throw in that boot.
absolutely.
It's just like, okay, the Japan model has Carvo, right? Why do brands Japan use Carvo? Because it's a similar but far cheaper alternative to carbon fiber.
Yeah,
But the price you're paying for a Japan model, it might as well be carbon fiber.
yeah. And
Like,
the Carvo's in Japan as well, isn't it? It's a
yes,
Japan-made
it's a
product.
Japanese, yeah, it's a Japan made Japanese product. It's just so, just still, it's just so weird some of the things that brands do.
I agree. And I think another good example, although I haven't tried it based on like obviously your reviews, what everybody says, the Icon 2, which again, we'll keep coming
But
back
yeah,
to, like it doesn't, again, correct me if I'm wrong, but it doesn't seem to have anything that is an outstanding, ridiculous piece of tech, but every single element of that boot performs at a really high level.
it's so good. And like, a lot of people are saying it's just kind of like a classic leather F50. And again, like you don't have to do anything super crazy. Just make something that has a good fit, good quality upper, good sole plate, and you're pretty much 90% of the way there. If only Adidas would bother to frickin', tell people it exists.
But I feel like there's almost a lesson to be learned there in general. And again, the
Mhm.
Ligera is probably the point. You can go crazy and do all your tech and all your crazy stuff in your top end boot. Do that. Go for it. We still want to see that. We want to see
Yeah, yeah,
innovation. We
absolutely.
want to see people push the boundaries. I praised Puma for their like ultra carbon nitro boot. I did like a
Yeah,
5-minute review of it. It's on the
yeah,
channel. But like I praised them for just doing it. It's not a great boot. You're far too far
yeah.
off the ground. Like it's weird, and not in always in a good way. But yeah, I praise them for
Glad this
doing that.
exists.
I'm glad
Yeah,
it exists. Exactly. The F50 Plus, like not the
yeah,
remakes, like the actual F50 Plus that they made. I praise Adidas for doing that and do it with the
yeah,
elite level boots. Put your tech in, go crazy. However, maybe the direction for pro level boots is some kind of element from that top end boot,
yeah.
your tech leather or something like that, and built into something that does ticks your boxes. It has a good fit, it's stable, the lockdown is
Mhm.
okay, it's comfortable. There you go. There is your boot. And I think that for me that makes a lot of sense. Um
Um, Dario, it was S2S Creations, our buddy Brandon. Go check out his Instagram.
for the pinch
Um,
tail.
yeah. Just real quickly, this is off topic, but someone managed to pick up Sakurati's, picked up the original Lotto Zero Gravity. Awesome. And he also has the kick sock. And yeah, I remember the kick
Oh,
sock. I
what?
want to get a pair of those for so long. It's such a wild boot. But yeah, like, I mean, I guess to sum it up that brands are going in the right direction with their pro tier takedowns, and like I could potentially see a world where some elite boots just become pointless.
Yep.
Like they should just stop. They should just stop making them. And I mentioned this in my Alpha 3 Elite review. They should do the same with the Alpha Japan. It does not
Yeah.
need to
The
exist.
Alpha Japan shouldn't exist. It should start at the elite level model.
Yeah. And like, I don't think and if you've got a knit speed boot, why do you have the beta now? The beta shouldn't, I don't think we should have the beta either. And it's lots of little things like that that even Mizuno is guilty of, where you just have a boot in the lineup just to check something off that probably doesn't need to be checked off.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, we have this thing. It's like, well, you don't
Yeah.
need that thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we obviously just we've got about 5 minutes left here. So I just want to also cover off that. So we mentioned, if you're just tuning in now, or you've skipped towards the end of the podcast for some reason, we've obviously got the Montecito boots that Andrew went through earlier. The Asics DS Lite Pro
Hmm.
looks like it's going to be another great option, and the older boots are also great options. The Alpha Elite and also the Alpha Pro. I haven't tried the Pro in the 3 yet, but the Pro in the 2 was highly recommended by some friends of ours, and obviously the previous generation as well. Then we've got the Icon 2. I think that's pretty much everyone is sold on that being a great boot. The Ligera Pro from Nike, another
Hmm.
really great option. And then there's some options where, like, the Predator falls into this, where I'm not putting it in the same category. I'm just saying that if you really want a Predator and you really want the Predator 26, you can
Get
buy the
that one.
Pro, not the Elite. Like,
Yeah.
that's the situation. It's not a case of, oh, this is a really great kind of budget. Like, I'm just saying, if you want the Predator 26, you can buy the Pro and you'll be probably happier than if you bought the Elite. And I think it's also telling, and something you should definitely bring up, that I'm not including here the Nike, the Mercurial or the Phantom. Now, I think they're both excellent pro tier models, but not to the same level as the Copa and the Ligera, like the Copa Icon and the Ligera and things like the Montecitos, which really are standalone, could be elite level boots. The Mercurial and the Phantom are just good takedowns. They don't have that like extra something about them.
They
Like,
don't
if
have
you
the
can,
sauce.
yeah, there you go. They don't have the sauce. So I would, I think the Phantom is a great example of this. So the Phantom Pro, I think, is a really good pro tier takedown. However, if you put the Phantom Pro up against the Elite, there is no competition. The Elite craps all over it. It is a far superior football boot.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it is far superior. With the Tiempo, that's not the case. And now it's not the
Yeah.
case
Yeah.
just because the Ligera is good. It's also the case because the Ligera is different. It serves a different purpose. And I think that is also important.
Yeah. And again, I think mainly this has been sparked by the Icon 2 existing, but also because
100%.
we've got stuff
Yes.
like
Brands
we've
like
got
this.
like Sokito.
Yeah.
They're delivering elite products for far under elite prices. Like,
Yeah. And even if you
so
look at, like, when we started reviewing, or especially when I started reviewing, and what was available and what I was reviewing
oh yeah.
versus the breadth of what is available to review to me now, and the fact that most of that is not anywhere near Nike and Adidas elite level money, like,
Mhm.
is,
It's
you
night and
know,
day.
it is.
And yeah, it this is why I argue, like, people are like boots are better in the past. This is why I think that's kind of a BS argument, because no, things are way better now.
Yeah, just from options.
Yeah,
Like,
options alone, like, it's along with the whole, like, football's not as good as it used to be. That's just such a narrow mindset that proves that you don't pay attention to anything outside of the main thing. Like,
yeah,
I don't watch the Prem most of the time. I'll watch highlights, but there's so many leagues out there with so many skillful players doing so many things. And it's the same thing with boots. There are all these very small brands, making bangers, right?
yep,
And if you say stuff like, "Oh, the boot industry is not as good as it used to be," then it just shows you're not paying attention.
yeah. Absolutely. I'll run through a couple of things in the chat. In fact, you know what I'm going to do is we are going to move to our members only chat reasonably soon. So I'm going to set that up to start in 60 seconds, and at that same time, I'm going to run through what's in the chat and remember to do our call outs this this week. So AG Scudettas, absolutely amazing. My review is
Yeah,
coming
they're
soon.
so good.
Okay, so there's some good points here. David Hall says, J-Mike says, if you want the Pred 26, buy the laceless version. I have heard that. So that's probably a good way for the laceless Elite version. However, something that we haven't said, because we are talking about budget and cheaper boots and things like that, and a lot of people bring this up, and they're absolutely right. Buy the previous generation on sale. Like,
yeah,
always a win.
Always.
We obviously talk about full price because it makes a lot of sense to us and it makes a lot of sense for like comparison. But yeah, sure, go and buy the previous generation on sale if it's good. Makes a whole heap of sense. TLSS, which we haven't mentioned, definitely worth a shout out. For sure. Kelme are doing
we don't
some
talk
stuff.
leaks.
Yeah, I don't know where that's from, but we don't talk leaks. But yes, that is well worth considering. And with that in mind, please do check out Andrew at Lockhart Boot Blog and everywhere on his socials, and subscribe here to Boot Wizard. That's it, and we are going to head over to Members Chat now.